Legacy overhead. That was the label he pinned on me. I was halfway through updating a compliance audit log when the video feed sputtered alive, and there he was, Matt, maybe 30 if you were feeling charitable. The sort who probably said synergy in bed and acted like Excel macros were cutting-edge wizardry. The CFO rolled him out as the efficiency fixer, which is corporate shorthand for hatchet man with good teeth. Bronze tan, bleached smile, hair styled like he'd searched alpha male fade on Google. "Hey everyone," he said, flashing the smirk you only see on guys who still do keg stands at weddings. "I'm here to streamline operations and cut down redundancies." His eyes locked on me through the camera like he was evaluating which antique chair to toss first. I didn't flinch, just clicked save as on a folder carrying every licensing document, renewal timestamp and compliance chain tied directly to my name, renamed it Church Pancake Recipes, then backed it up to a private drive. Dana Miller wasn't going out like some rookie. By midday, I caught him in the break room, cracking jokes with 2 junior analysts about phasing out boomer infrastructure. I'm 42, not a boomer, but in Matt's neat little worldview, if you're not tick-toking your workflow, you're already extinct. Then came the dreaded huddle, the open-floor ritual that felt less like collaboration and more like an exorcism of basic logic. Matt strutted in with a slide deck stuffed with hollow buzzwords, agile compliance ecosystems, decentralized accountability hubs. I watched 3 interns nod with the feverish devotion of pilgrims witnessing the second coming of Elon Musk. Some of our team members, particularly those handling legacy responsibilities, will be reassessed for alignment with our lean strategy, he said, looking straight at me while delivering the line. "We value your historical contributions, Dana. Historical, as if I were some fossilized relic tucked away in HR's basement archives. I didn't fire back, I just smiled. The same smile you give when someone steps into the bear trap you've been camouflaging for years. And before we go further, if you're listening and haven't subscribed yet, do me a favor. I'm chasing 10,000 subscribers so I can finally buy a chair that doesn't wobble like a seesaw. 95% of you watch without clicking the button. One tap makes this girl very proud." All right, back to the meltdown. That evening, I lingered in the office, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. Watching the system breathe was like a mother standing over her kids' beds before CPS shows up. I checked my credentials across 3 federal platforms: active certifications, renewal controls, licensing pins, audit clearances, all still linked to me. I double-checked timestamps, everything lined up. Then I printed out my contract clause, the one nobody ever bothers to read. Section 7C, in the case of involuntary termination, all company-funded licenses and regulatory certifications are null, and credentials rescinded within 48 hours of contract closure. No one noticed when I slipped out of the building, but I noticed the way Matt's eyes lingered that morning, like a lion staring down a cow, never realizing the cow had access to predator drones. You ever watch someone confuse a fuse for a shoelace? You will. By the following Tuesday, Matt had taped a poster above the copier that read, "Compliance not equal to complacency." In Comic Sans, no less. Then came the real circus. Everyone, yes, everyone, was ordered to re-interview for their so-called evolved roles. They pitched it like a bonding exercise, as if we should be grateful for the chance to reapply for the very same jobs our insurance cards already listed. One by one, people shuffled into conference rooms like kids marching toward the principal's office. The newer hires came out beaming, chirping things like Matt really sees me and he's bringing fresh air. I wanted to tell them that kind of air only comes from a cracked sewer pipe. When my turn came, I didn't bring a resume. I brought silence. Matt barely glanced up from his laptop. "Dana, you've been here a while." 10 years, I answered, cool as frost. "Right. Institutional knowledge, we appreciate that." His fingers tapped the keyboard, probably typing Fire Dinosaur into Slack. Then he pulled up an organizational chart. There it was, under regulatory stewardship. My name was crossed out. Next to it, open to be reassigned. Then he clicked another tab labeled Quarter 3 Renewal Delegation. I caught the file name, Q3 License Ruth Plan V1. In the comments, "Can this be transferred downstream?" Downstream. In Matt speak, that meant pawn it off on someone too green to spell OSHA. I smiled, but inside alarms were screaming. Back at my desk, I opened the database I'd built from scratch in 2016, the one that tracked every compliance certificate, expiration date, governing body, and signature authority. 43 entries, 43 licenses, 43 threads of red tape, all tied to me. I exported a fresh copy, encrypted it, zipped it, renamed it Employee Birthday Cake List, and sent it to a private account. Then I cleared the sent items. Call me paranoid, but I've seen what happens when children play with matches and call it innovation. Later that day, he reassigned my inspection prep to a marketing intern who thought FDA stood for Food Design Aesthetic. Not kidding, she asked if that meant rebranding the lunchroom posters. Meanwhile, I was tasked with reorganizing the janitorial supply shelf. It'll keep you looped in at a foundational level, Matt said. Foundational, like mold. I asked politely if I still had admin access to the licensing dashboard. He blinked, as if I'd just spoken Aramaic. Oh, I think we shifted that to Chloe last week. You don't really need it anymore, right? Chloe had only recently discovered what a PDF was. I didn't argue, just nodded, slipped into a terminal down the hall, and revoked her access from the shadow admin panel I'd kept secret all these years. If I was being shoved off the ship, I sure as hell wasn't leaving the map behind. Later, I walked past Matt's glass office. He was laughing into a call, joking about scrubbing out the old wood. He didn't notice me, but I noticed something. The fuse was shorter now, and the air reeked faintly of smoke. He didn't see me pass by, too busy grinning into his headset, tossing out phrases about scrubbing out the old wood. But I saw what he couldn't. The fuse shrinking, sparks already hissing. The smoke wasn't coming, it was already here,